Hey y'all, welcome back. My name's Abby. Today we've got a full-length Vinyasa flow. Before we get started, I just want to have a little chit-chat. So today we're going to be talking about something that is dear to my heart. This week I have the intention of finding meaning in every moment. And yeah, that can be kind of hard. For example, the other day, cleaning my cat's shit box, her litter box, excuse my language, cleaning that, right? And part of me looks at that and says, ew, this is gross. I don't want to do this. But with that, there are two sides to every coin. There's always a positive and a negative with every situation. So I can look at the negative, or I can see that situation and say, I am creating a beautiful space for my cat to do her business. That makes the situation a lot more meaningful to me. So the whole point that I'm saying here is that throughout our practice, I find that this practice of yoga, this practice of self-understanding, self-knowledge, it can be really powerful if we invite an intention into that movement, because the lessons that we learn through our yoga practice can be incredibly valuable when we apply them to our daily lives. So throughout your class today, I just want to welcome you to maybe invite that intention in moments where you're feeling, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing this. This isn't meaningful. This is useless. And just see if you could find the different perspective there. See if you could see the highlight of what is positive in that situation to bring meaning to the moments that you're interacting with. So with that, we're just going to get started in a tabletop position. So you can make your way there. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hip points. And we'll just start to move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, open up through your heart space, drop your belly. And exhale to round through your spine. Continue to move here with whatever feels right to you. So maybe you start to flip the fingertips in different directions, working into your wrists and forearms. Maybe you start to move your hips in different directions, noticing anywhere that your body needs a little bit of release. Just making sure that whatever you do on one side, you also do on the other side. We'll take about 2 or 3 more rounds of breath here with whatever feels good for you. And when you're ready, with the hands underneath shoulders, we'll tuck the toes, lift your hips high for downward facing dog. In your down dog, again, explore, figure out what's feeling right. Maybe you bend one knee and then the other, releasing through the backs of the legs as the sit bones draw up toward the sky. Shoulders rolling away from your ears up toward the sky above. Notice the heels of your feet pressing down toward the floor as the heels of your hands drive toward the front of the space, pressing your chest closer toward your thighs. We'll take one more full breath in, full breath out. The next breath in, gaze forward, and as you exhale, slowly crawl your feet into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Allow your upper body to melt. Maybe interlace wrists in opposite elbow creases, swing side to side. If you interlaced your arms, maybe you switch the interlacing so that it's opposite on top. Hanging heavy through the crown of your head as the weight falls into the ball mounds of your feet. On an exhale, release the arms down to the floor, and as you breathe in, slowly roll your way up to stand in Tadasana. Roll the shoulders down your back, arms resting gently by your sides. Notice the tailbone tucked down and under, chin tucking in just slightly through your chest. The next breath in, reach your arms high, Urdhva Hastasana, gaze past your thumbs, feel that lift in your heart space. And exhale, fold your chest forward. Inhale, find length, flat back, draw the shoulders together and back. As you exhale, plant the hands, we'll step the feet back into a plank pose. So we're going to breathe here a couple of breaths, noticing the heels press toward the back of the space, really driving down through each and every knuckle here to lift through your upper back. The shoulder blades are protracting here, drawing away from one another. Belly button hugs in towards your spine. We'll take one deep breath in And exhale, slow as you can, lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes. We'll inhale for baby cobra. Peel your chest up. Imagine a pencil between your shoulder blades, trying to squeeze that as you lift through the chest. Maybe the hands hover, maybe the feet hover. Deep breath in. Exhale, release forehead to the mat. We'll press through hands and knees or plank. Downward facing dog. Notice how your energy shifted here. Any differences in the sensations in your body. And we'll start to flow this. As you inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. We'll meet in that halfways lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach tall, gaze past thumbs. And exhale, Tadasana, arms rest. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. We'll step, step, or hop this time. Maybe it's Chaturanga, maybe all the way down. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing, shine your heart. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. The next breath in, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. We'll meet in that halfways lift, find length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach tall, gaze past your thumbs. Exhale, arms rest by your sides. Last one, inhale, reach tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. We'll step, step, or hop, high to low, maybe all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I'm going to continue to call those vinyasas. If at any point you want to skip, feel free to come straight to down dog or take child's pose. Just know that this is your practice. It's not about what it looks like. It's about what it feels like in your body. When you're ready, on a breath in, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. We'll meet in that halfways lift to lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach tall, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms by your sides, Tadasana. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit the hips low, reach your arms high. Weight is spilling into your heels as your tailbone tucks down. Relax through the shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find length, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. We'll step, step, or hop, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, Virabhadrasana, one, warrior one. Step your right foot forward. Pivot your back heel down as you reach tall. Gaze past your thumbs. Roll the shoulders down. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. We'll step it back, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Next breath in, step the left foot forward. Virabhadrasana 1, back heel pivots down as you reach tall. Sealing down through the outer edge of your back foot. Hips are squared. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. Step it back, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 to 5 deep breaths here. Notice the kind of breath that you need here. If you want to cultivate a little bit more heat, maybe you find that ujjayi breath, that throat constriction. If you need to release, maybe you find a nice sigh out the mouth. Maybe you even out your air. Just use your breath as a tool for self-regulation throughout this class, knowing that it's always there to support you. When you feel ready, we'll inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. In breath is that halfways lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, sit low. Exhale, Tadasana, arms rest. One more time, we'll inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, find length, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. We'll step, step, or hop, high to low. Inhale, up dog, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, down dog, Adho Mukha. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, right foot steps forward, back heel pivots down. That breath in carries your arms. And as you exhale, hands plant, step it back, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Next breath in, steps the left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1, reach tall. Exhale, hands plant, step it back, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Steady your breath here. Taking what you need. If you need a child's pose here, feel free, knees out wide, hips back towards your heels. Just see if here, as you notice these sensations in your body, you can attach something meaningful to them. Something to give purpose to these moments, to this dedication you've decided to make to yourself, to your body, your mind, and your practice. From downward facing dog, when you're ready, breath in, we'll bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. Inhale for a breath in, halfway's lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana chair. Exhale, Tadasana, arms rest. We're going to take the feet hips width distance apart. Hands can graze your hips. Inhale, proud chest, open up through your heart. And as you exhale, bow down, forward fold. We'll take the 2-piece fingers and thumb to the big toe. As you inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, bend at your elbows to fold your chest forward. Notice the sensations through the backs of your legs. That lengthening through your hamstring from the bottom of your kneecap up through your sit bones and through your calf, from the top of your kneecap all the way down through your heel. Shoulders are rolling away from the ears. Core is engaged here as you draw your belly button up and in towards your spine to help melt your chest further forward. The next breath in, we'll find a halfway's lift to lengthen. Exhale, Padangustasana, step on the hands, toes come to your wrists. Maybe there's a deep bend in the knees here. We're going to inhale to lengthen, halfway's lift, and exhale to fold. Again, allow your upper body to hang heavy, releasing any tension through your neck, releasing through your cervical spine. Sit bones drawing up toward the sky as the ball mounds of your feet press into your hands. The next breath in, we'll find a halfway's lift to lengthen. Exhale here. Inhale, release your hands from beneath your feet. We'll sink low for chair pose. From here, we'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, one-legged mountain, left knee in towards your chest. You have the option to stay here, or maybe you take a figure 4 shape in the legs, taking your left ankle to the top of your right thigh. Maybe you stay, maybe you sit low into your chair. Maybe you decide you want to take a forward fold. If you have an arm balance here, you can take that, gripping into the hands, creating an elbow shelf for yourself as your shin rests on top of your triceps. Wherever you are, just breathe into that left hip crease, finding that deep opening as you find stability through the planted leg. One more full breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to make our way into a seat. So bend your right knee, take your hips down toward the floor. Here we've got options. So option 1 is to keep this section of the legs, this little setup we've got, or maybe you extend both legs out. Whatever we're doing, we're going to do the same thing. So as you inhale, we'll take the chest down, heel and shoulders hover, deep breath in. Exhale, knees into your chest. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knees to chest. Again, the legs can both be extended here. Exhaling to lift. Just find what works for you. We're here for just 5. Stay Steady your breath for 4. Notice your chest lifted up toward the sky for 3. Use your exhales to power you up to the top. 4. And last one, 5. We'll hold in. Option to plant your right foot, staying in this figure 4, or maybe you straighten the leg down. We're going to be taking a twist. So we're going to inhale, reach tall, and exhale, left hand behind you, right arm hooks to the outside of your left thigh. A breath in lengthens through the spine, through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, belly button to spine as you twist over to the left. One full breath in, deep breath out. Inhale to counter twist over to the right, bow your chest down. When you're ready, we'll wiggle on out of this. So plant both feet to the top of your mat, forward fold, bow your chest down. Inhale to lengthen, halfways lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach tall. And exhale, one-legged mountain pose, right knee in towards your chest. Level the hips, deep breath into lengthened spine. As you exhale, warrior 3, kick your right foot back, balancing on your left leg. Left toe is pointing directly forward as that right pinky toe anchors down to the floor. Again, find that pencil between your shoulder blades. The gaze is soft toward the top of your mat to find length through your neck. Deep breath in. Stay for the breath out. Inhale, warrior 1, step your foot back, reach your arms high. Notice your feet, maybe about hips width distance here, grounding down through both of your heels. The next breath in, we'll interlace the hands behind the back. Maybe there's a prayer shape in the hands. We'll inhale, straighten through the front leg, open through your chest. And exhale, pyramid variation, bow your chest forward. If this doesn't feel good in your upper body, you can always take hands to frame your front foot, maybe on blocks. Wherever you are, just notice your left hip pulling back, right hip pressing forward. Super grounded through the feet. Gaze is soft. Deep release through the back of that left leg. One more full breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Bend your knee, plant your hands, step your foot back. Option to lower through a flow or to move straight to your downward facing dog. From down dog, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. Breath in is that halfways lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach tall. Exhale, one-legged mountain, right knee in towards your chest. From here you can stay. Maybe you take that figure 4, right ankle to the top of your left kneecap, and we'll lower down. Maybe you sit in your chair. Maybe you take that fold forward. Just really breathing into that right hip crease. If you have that arm balance, you can take it, bending through the elbows, resting your shin on the top of your triceps, engaging through the core. Steady your breath. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, we'll lower onto our seat. Bend that left knee. Make your way on down. Again, you can keep this cross, this figure 4, or maybe the legs both extend. Figure out what works for you. We're going to inhale to lower to hover, and exhale, lift everything in. Inhale to extend. Exhale to lift. Continue here with your breath. Really use those exhales to engage your core. Find that lift in your chest, shoulders are broad for 5. If you need support, you can take your hands to the floor for 4. Steady breath for 3. Last 2. And 1. Perfect. We'll take that twist. I just realized I counted different on the other side. So silly. So again, you can stay here. Maybe you plant your foot, lift the knee up. Wherever you are, we'll inhale to reach. And exhale, right hand behind you. Left arm hooks for the twist. We'll inhale, find length. And exhale to twist to the right. Notice the engagement of your core here, helping to deepen that twist. One more full breath in. And an exhale. Counter twist over to the left. Bow your chest forward. And when you feel ready, we'll make our way back through center, uncross the legs, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, find length, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach tall. Exhale, left knee in towards your chest, one-legged mountain pose. From here, we'll take a deep breath in, grow tall. And exhale, warrior three. Kick your foot back. Ooh. Find your balance. Again, that left pinky toe anchors down toward the floor. Find the lift in your chest. Belly button is strong in towards your spine. Pelvic floor lifting up. Find that soft gaze. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Reach the arms high, bend through the front knee, seal down through the outer edge of your back foot. We'll take a breath in here. As you exhale, interlace your hands behind your low back. Maybe you find that reverse prayer. We're going to inhale, straighten through the front knee, open through the heart space, and exhale, pyramid pose, melt it down. Notice the elbows reaching up toward the sky. If your hands are interlaced, the hands are starting to fall up over your head or in that direction. Again, you can release the hands to frame the front foot if that feels good. We'll take one more deep breath in here. As you exhale, low lunge, plant the hands, bend the knee. We'll step the foot back, high or low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. The next breath in, we'll bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. Inhale, find length, flat back. And exhale to fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach on tall. And as you exhale, left knee in towards your chest, one-legged mountain pose. From here, again, option for that figure 4. Maybe you take the full eagle wrap, taking the left knee on top of your right. Maybe you hook the foot around your calf. If you want to take the arms, we'll take right arm underneath left. Maybe you grab for shoulders, or maybe you interlace hands. We're going to sit low here. Maybe you take your sleeping eagle, starting to round your chest forward. Solid, steady breath and steady gaze. Finding a sense of stability here and balance. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to slowly unwind, one-legged mountain pose. As we exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose, right knee in towards your chest. And as you exhale, warrior 3. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, high crescent, step your foot back, reach your arms high. Notice your feet super stable here, maybe about 4 inches between your feet, giving yourself a steady, solid base here, squaring the hips. We'll take a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, twist over to the right, to the left, sorry. So left fingertips back, right fingertips forward, relax your shoulders. We can stay. Maybe you take your exalted warrior, left hand to the outside of your right thigh, right arm up to the sky. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, high crescent. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. So again, we've got 2 T's here. We've got our T's in the feet, T's in the arms. The shoulders are stacked directly on top of the hips. Maybe your gaze is over your front fingertips. Fingertips are reaching strong as the shoulders roll down your back. Find a sense of stability, groundedness, and ease here. On the next breath in, we'll reach back, reverse triangle, straighten your front knee, stretch your left side, and as you exhale, triangle pose. Hinge the hips back as we reach forward. Maybe the hand comes to your shin, foot, or thigh, not thigh, the ground. We'll reach your arm high. If you want to heel toe your back foot in a touch, totally an option. Maybe you gaze up to the sky. Notice that engagement of your obliques helping to lift your chest up toward the sky. Heart space is lifted rather than relying on your lower hand. One more full breath in. And exhale, low lunge twist, hips square, plant the right hand, lift your left arm high. We'll take a deep breath in. Option to stay or option for side plank, stepping your left foot to meet your right, shift the hips high. Maybe you lower the bottom knee down, maybe you lift the top leg up. Figure out what works for you here. If the bottom knee is lowered, make sure that it's underneath your right hip. And if you chose a variation and you want to change it, change it. Listen to your body. See if you can stay with this and modify the way that you're holding yourself. Maybe it's the way you're holding your body, your breath, to suit you in this situation, to help you work through it. We'll take a deep breath in and exhale high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale to sigh. One more deep breath in. Exhale, HM. When you're ready, inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or flip to the top. Meet in that halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach tall. Exhale, one-legged mountain pose. Right knee in towards your chest. Again, you can stay. Maybe you take that figure four. Maybe you take that full eagle wrap of the legs. Maybe you can hook behind your calf. If you want to take the arms to the left arm underneath right, either grabbing shoulders or reaching for that grip. Maybe you start to sink it low, sinking low in the legs, finding that compression in your core, belly button hugging up and in. Solid, steady gazing point to direct your attention to, finding balance, finding ease. See if you can find the meaning in this. We'll take one more deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Right knee in towards your chest. And exhale, Tadasana. Next breath in, one-legged mountain, left knee in toward the chest. As you exhale, warrior three, kick it back. We'll take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, high crescent, step it back, reach tall. As we exhale, we'll open up for that twist, right arm behind, left arm forward. Again, relax through the shoulders. Core is engaged as you continue to light up through the inner thighs, balancing through the legs. Maybe you take that exalted warrior, right hand behind you, left arm reaches. Maybe gaze up towards your fingertips. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, high crescent, reach tall. And exhale, open up warrior two. Deepen in your front knee. Find those T's. Fingertips reach. Shoulders relax. Face is soft. The next breath in, we'll find our reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Reach back. And as you exhale, triangle pose. Hips bump back. Right arm reaches forward. Maybe it rests on a block, your shin, the floor. Perhaps you gaze up toward your lifted fingertips. Obliques lift your chest as the left shoulder blade reaches back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge twist. We'll swoop it down. Left hand plants, right arm reaches. We'll take a deep breath in. Option to stay or option for your side plank. Right foot steps to meet your left. Shift your hips high. Again, maybe you lower that bottom knee. Maybe you lift the top leg. If you want a sense of groundedness, you can gaze down towards your planted fingertips. If you want to challenge your balance, gaze up towards your lifted fingertips. Steady your breathing. As you lengthen your exhales, you start to soothe your nervous system, easing that fight or flight kind of mentality. We're here for just one more deep breath in. And exhale, hand plants, lower through your flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. The next breath in, we'll bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. In breath to halfway's lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach tall. This time we'll take the hands together. We're going to take a deeper twist. So option 1, open arm twist. With the toes together, heels an inch apart. Maybe you take your hands into a prayer, hooking the left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Open up through your chest. Once you arrive, gaze down towards your toes. Feel rooted down through all 3 corners of your right foot as you maybe kick your left heel in towards your glute. Maybe you step it back entirely into a low lunge twist. From here, maybe you take a bind. Maybe you extend the arms into a T with the left fingertips to the top left corner of your mat, right arm high. We're going to slowly start to straighten through that front leg, get light on the back toes for our revolved half moon. So again, belly button hugs up and in to peel the right shoulder blade back, flexing through the lifted foot. We'll take 1 breath in. And as you exhale, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, plant your right hand, open up through your hips. So this time left hip on top of right, left arm up toward the sky. Taking any variation here that feels good. Maybe you take a bind, grabbing for your foot. Maybe you hover the bottom hand in towards your chest. Just figure out what's working for you here. We'll take 1 more full breath in. Exhale, warrior 2. Find a sense of stability. On your next breath in, star pose, reach tall, square the toes. As you exhale, wide-legged fold. Options here. So maybe you take the fingertips in line with your toes, bending at your elbows to fold your chest forward. If you have a tripod headstand in your practice, we'll take that same bend, starting to take the crown of your head down to the ground. Maybe you can lift up. Whatever you decide to do, if you are doing a headstand, see if you can allow your shoulders to take the majority of that weight so that you're not cramming through your neck. And if you're in your fold, just notice that lengthening through the backs of your legs. Sit bones reaching up toward the sky. 2 more breaths. We'll slowly start to make our way back toward this wide-legged fold. And when you arrive, we'll take a halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, refold. Inhale, low lunge to the top of your mat. And as you exhale, step it back, high plank. You have the option to flow, option to stay for 3 breaths, just to find a little bit of strength here. Being intentional with the way that you're holding your body, your mind in this space. If you're feeling rigid, see if you can release that sense of rigidity, invite some softness. For 3, for 2, deep breath in, exhale, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here on a breath in, we'll bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or float to the top. Meet in that halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Toes together, heels about 1 inch apart. Inhale, chair pose, sit low. Again, option 1, open up for that twist. Option 2, hands to prayer as you hook the right elbow on the outside of your left thigh. Press into the hands to lift the chest. Maybe you gaze towards your toes, rooting down through all 3 corners of that left foot as the right heel kicks in towards your glute and steps on back to a lunge. Again, if you have a bind here, you can take your bind. Or maybe you take your right fingertips to the top right corner of your mat, left arm reaches high. Then we can come into that revolves half moon, straightening through the front leg as you lift your back leg up off the ground. Trying to find a straight line from your heel to the crown of your head, hips squared with the mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, stack the hips, left fingertips down, right arm up to the sky. Again, maybe you flex through your lifted foot, maybe you take that bind. If you want to play around with your balance, you can gaze towards your lifted fingertips, or maybe hover your bottom hand. Just here for 1 more steady breath in. And exhale, warrior 2, step it back. Inhale, star pose, reach tall, square the toes. And exhale, wide-legged fold. From here, you can take the previous variation, fingertips in line with your toes, or maybe you take 2 peace fingers and thumb to your big toe, inhaling to lengthen through the spine, and exhaling to bend at the elbows, folding your chest forward. Really seal down through the outer edges of your feet. Maybe you rock your weight from side to side, noticing the sensations of that stretch through the backs of your legs. Crown of your head is releasing here, hanging heavy. We'll release this grip when you're ready. Inhaling to halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, low lunge to the top of your mat. Hands frame your front foot and step it back to a plank pose. Option to flow, option to hold here for a couple of breaths. Again, inviting that intention. Wherever you are, allowing yourself to be here mindfully. Not just moving through the motions, not just doing things because it's been offered, but really listening to your body and deciding what's right for you in this moment. We're here for just 3, for 2, and 1. We can flow. Lower down. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. When you're ready, we're going to head into half pigeon. If you know you prefer this on your back, feel free to head into your back now. Otherwise, we'll inhale to lift the left leg high. We'll exhale, parallel your shin with the top of your mat. Maybe you scoot those back toes back a touch. Notice your hips level and squared. Maybe you walk your hands to frame your hips, opening through your chest for a moment before you start to melt it on down. If you'd like, you can take a block underneath your left sit bone, giving yourself a little more room here to square the hips, some support. A lot of times people see blocks as being like a regression or like safety wheels, but really they're just a tool for helping you find a deeper connection with yourself. And personally, I use blocks in almost all of my practices, so if you ever have some shame surrounding props, blocks, whatever, let that go. Let your ego go and just let yourself be supported sometimes. So as we arrive here, just notice if there's anywhere you can soften. See if you can release through your jaw, through your forehead. Each exhale, finding a bit of softening through that left hip crease. And when you feel ready, we'll slowly start to press our way up. We're going to swing that right leg around. If you're on your back, you can just roll up to a seat. We have options here. Option 1 is to take this seated tree shape with the feet, with the left foot inside of the right thigh. Maybe you take a half lotus shape with the top of your left foot on the top of your right hip crease. If you have that and you want to take the bind of your toes, you can reach for your toes behind your back. Inhaling to reach tall, and we'll exhale, fold the chest forward. Again here, notice that lengthening of your heel toward the front of your space. Lengthening through the back of your leg. Belly button is pulling up and in towards your spine to allow you to fold forward over that leg. Relax through your shoulders. And when you feel ready, we'll slowly come out of this. You can go through down dog if you want. If you're on your back, go back to your back. Otherwise, maybe you just bend that right shin parallel, swing that left leg around, and make your way onto this side. So however you need to get there, just listen to your body, do what you gotta do. And then maybe you walk the hands back towards your hips, open through the chest, before you're ready to melt it on down. And again, notice You need any props here? What do you need? You need something under your sit bone? You need a block under your forehead or your chest? It can be really helpful to get that sense of support in your body. When you arrive, just notice any subtle differences on this side. For me, this side is always easier than the last. Maybe that's different for you. Just see if you can observe and notice without a sense of judgment, without having to attach a reason to it. Just trying to find deeper understanding of your body and what you need in each moment. When you feel ready, we're going to make our way up. So you can press into the hands, lift your chest, swing that left leg around. If you're on your back, just roll your way up to a seat. We're going to either take that figure 4 shape, not figure 4, but tree shape, and then you could also take the half lotus if that works for you. If you have the half lotus and you have the bind behind your back, feel free to take it. If not, it's no sweat, it's just yoga. We're going to inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold your chest forward. Again, the heel is feeling toward the front of the space as the toes come towards your face. Shoulders are soft. Neck is soft. Just exploring with each breath where your body will take you. And when you feel ready, on a breath in, we'll make our way out of this. Extend both legs forward and maybe a slight bend in the knees as we make our way all the way onto our backs. We're just going to do one round of back bending here today. So pick your poison. I hate to say that. I say that every time, but it's not a poison. It's actually really good for you. So option 1, block underneath your low back to lift your hips. Option 2, we can take a bridge pose. Feet hips width distance apart, fingertips graze your heels, lift your hips. Maybe you take the shoulders beneath you as you interlace your hands. Option 3 is a full wheel pose. If you want full wheel, the fingertips will come towards your shoulders, pressing through all of your knuckles as you lift your hips up to the sky. Maybe you act as if you're going to straighten through the legs to press your chest toward the back of the space. Really breathing into your belly center, your power chakra, your Manipura chakra. Four more breaths. Soften through your face. Soften through your jaw. When you feel ready, tuck the chin in towards your chest, slowly round it on down, hug your knees into your chest, big ol' squeeze. We'll take the feet to the floor, windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Ow, ow, ow. You hear that doggy? When you're ready, we're gonna make our way into a shoulder stand or legs up the wall or whatever you prefer. So option 1, take yourself to a wall, put your legs up the wall, just like it sounds. Option 2, block under your low back. Option 3, for our shoulder stand, we're going to lift the hips up, crawl your hands up your back, roll your shoulders beneath you. We'll press the heels back as the hips press forward. Just noticing the sensation as the blood flows from your feet up towards your head. If your chin is tucked super tightly in towards your chest, see if you can gaze up toward the wall behind you or the space behind you. Just releasing some of that tension through your neck, not straining here. can stay, or if you want to take your plow pose, you can take the toes up overhead above you. Maybe you interlace your hands behind your low back. Soften your breath. If you want to take the knees to your temples or your ears here, feel free. And when you feel ready, we're going to slowly make our way out of this all the way into our fish pose. So if you want to block here, you can take the block underneath your shoulders. Otherwise, you can take your elbows to the floor, crown of your head reaching toward the ground, just puffing up through your chest. Breathing into your heart space, releasing any tension that we just created. When you feel ready, we'll release this, making our way into rest. If you have any other poses you want to take, maybe you take a happy baby, maybe you take knees into chest, whatever you need here before you start to melt your way down into a state of rest. The legs can span out wide with the arms resting by your sides, rolling the shoulders down your back as you tuck the tail down and under. And just begin to notice here what it feels like to be fully at rest. And see if you can allow this to be a place of meaning for you. A lot of times Shavasana is the hardest pose because we just want to do. We want to keep doing and going and working and grinding. But Shavasana is really our opportunity to just be with our bodies, releasing everything outside of ourselves, and to delve into the inner workings of our minds. So see if here, instead of just disregarding all of the value that this shape can hold, allow yourself to be present with it. Allow yourself to be absorbed by the moment. Scanning your body for any tightness, any lingering sensations of holding, of controlling. See if you can just release, fully give yourself to this moment. We'll slowly start to deepen the breath, lengthening your inhales and your exhales, bringing small movements to the fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. Maybe even reach the arms up overhead for a full body stretch, pointing through the toes. When you feel ready, we'll bend through the knees, make your way onto your right side, feeling your weight over to rest with your heart. Reconnect with that sense of groundedness, that sense of connection with yourself and the space around you. When you feel ready, we'll press our way up to a tall seat. whatever that looks like for you. We're going to stack the spine, roll the shoulders down your back. We're going to end class today how I always like to, with 2 breaths in the sound of Om. So we'll inhale, circle sweep, reach the arms high, stack your spine. Exhale, hands through heart. Again, deep breath in, circle sweep, reach, gather up all the goodness around you and draw it in towards your heart. Take a deep breath in for the sound of Om. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. It really does mean the world to me that you're here flowing with me. I always have fun doing these practices, and I hope you do too. If you want to see more and you want to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. If you have any suggestions for future flows, I'd also love to cater to your needs and help you find freedom through your body. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for moving and for caring for your body today. Hope you have a great one. Namaste. Bye, y'all.